Hello everyone, and welcome back to the daily update of the 1000 Days Challenge. This is day 643, so let's get things started. All right, in terms of balance, why it remains the same. I've not entered any new trade setup like what I mentioned, simply because right now price action looks to be relatively flat, and there was a possibility to break towards the upside or the downside. Although currently, right now, if you're looking in terms of the current market itself, it's definitely not across the board from the US market, China market, even the Bitcoin or crypto market in general is also going down. And even if you look in terms of gold wise, it's still remaining relatively flat, or is remaining relatively flat just as well. So let's see how things goes. The strength of the US currency itself is also remaining relatively flat. I would say a negative 1%. So to me, that's still relatively flat. So the key thing here is that we seem to be breaking very strongly towards the downside, even though there was a decent volume over here, and there was an MACD crossover earlier today itself. So you see that the momentum didn't carry through. We didn't break towards this high region itself, which was at around 39.8K region itself. So if we actually did break above this 40K region of yesterday high, that would potentially mark a clearer reversal. So right now, what I do potentially see is that we could still a potential double bottom itself. Of course, there are also been people saying that there could be a very nice bearish head and shoulder pattern like this shoulder. Is another shoulder, and it's a great head itself. So we do break strongly over here. We could potentially see a very strong bear market towards the 20K region itself, or even slightly lower than that. So if that ever happens itself, it could really mark a strong liquidation downstream. So let's see how things goes. But personally, I'll be very keen to get a little bit more around 30K, a little bit more around 24K, and definitely a lot more near the 18 and 60K region itself for Bitcoin itself. But other than that, I'm just waiting on the sideline. Still keeping in terms of more cash position as well as according to my money income, I'm still buying in the small position itself. Other than that, nothing too significant. When it comes to trading wise, definitely still looking for a short setup. But bearing in mind that right now I didn't see any good short setup itself, simply because right over here itself, even though there was some sort of resistance, it's a little bit too late to enter a short setup, I would say, especially this strong bearish candlestick itself. Yeah, could of course enter some sort of short over here, but that's not what I'm looking for, I would say. But let's see how things goes. So definitely, I would say that right now, I'm not looking to enter any trade in particular in terms of price action wise. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below. And I'm really more or less done with clearing out my moving to a new place itself. So I think in a couple of 1 to 2 weeks time, when my job is a little bit more settled down just as well, I'll be resuming the experimental trade setup. Otherwise, I'm just trading the very fixed and standard kind of base trading in terms of the main trading setup. But right now, there isn't much of a good setup that I do see that meet the criteria itself. So otherwise, that's more or less about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.